Hey everyone, welcome back to Jar's Toy Emporium, and today we are actually going to continue talking about Fundays, and what I wanted to do today was actually showcase some of the pops that seem to be the most popular and actually talk about how much they're selling for. This is going to be the first of a little mini series I want to do on the channel, where in the first episode we talk about pops and what they're selling for immediately after release, and then maybe a few months down the road we'll come back, we'll reconvene, and we'll see what they're going for at that point, see if those people that got them early actually made out well, or if they should have waited a little longer to see what was happening. Now, we talked about Fundays a lot on the channel, and that's because it's just such an exciting time in the Funko world. If you're a big collector like I am, this is the time where you usually see your limited piece count pops come out, and more importantly, you usually see your limited piece Freddy Funkos, and as we all know in the Funko world, those are usually the ones that 9 times out of 10 are fetching that premium price. Now, while this is my really first Fundays, I was collecting last year, but I actually didn't even know what the Fundays box was. I was still very new. I had been collecting for maybe about a month and a half, and I hadn't really done that deep dive into Funko yet, so I heard of Fundays a few days after it already happened, a few days after the boxes already sold out. So with this being my first time as a Fundays consumer, I thought it would be fun to do a little research and experiment with myself on the trend of flows in the prices of these pops. Again, like I said, most of these pops are usually very expensive because they are limited piece Freddy Funkos, but I've also noticed there are actually some that are actually very affordable, very cheap, and for those people that collect those lines, that's an awesome chance for them to get some really great Freddy Funkos for a great price. Now, however, when you do talk about the more popular lines, such as Star Wars, such as Marvel, those pops are fetching quite a large dollar amount already with these boxes just getting out. We do know there's a lot of people like myself that haven't received their boxes and don't even know what they're going to get, so sure, there's a lot more items that are going to be flooding the market, but like I said, I wanted to do a little experiment myself to see what pops are going for right now, immediately after release, as soon as people are getting them in their hands, and then a few months down the road, we'll really see what they're going for again. In this video, I wanted to highlight some of the most popular ones, the ones that in the group chats that I'm a part of, people seem to be talking about the most, and obviously, you guys know we're going to start with Star Wars. Now, Star Wars Freddy Funkos usually are expensive. Very, very hard to find a Freddy Funko Star Wars under $100. I have not seen one for under $100 in quite some time, probably since last year with the Freddy Funko as Han Solo. Now, since that time, that Freddy Funko was going for a little under $100, it being limited to only 3,000 pieces, but now that I look a little more, it is kind of harder to find that one for under $100. So again, if you would have waited a year to maybe pick up that Han Solo, you might be paying a little more now than you were when it originally dropped. And the same thing goes for that Freddy Funko as the Mandalorian. That was one I was fortunate enough to pick up last year as well, and I did pick it up fairly after the Fundays event, after I saw that it was a pop. I knew Freddy Funko as the Mandalorian was one I had to have in my collection, being that the Mandalorian is what actually started my Funko Pop collection, so I actually picked that one up very shortly after it was released, and it actually looks like I saved quite a bit of money in doing so. I actually picked that pop up last year for right around $120, and now it's kind of hard to find one under $180 after I did a quick couple searches on Mercari and eBay. I do need to mention that these pops we're going to be talking about are going to be exclusive to the at-home boxes that us that didn't go to the event are receiving. I don't want to really talk about the ones that were event exclusive because there's a lot of things going on with those where some of them have different stickers in the at-home box, some of them are much more limited. It's just a very weird situation, and obviously those pops are going to fetch a premium. They do have that limited piece sticker, and some of them are actually very limited, such as that Glow Anakin Skywalker, which I see that one getting bids of upwards of $3,000, sometimes even $4,000 already. So that's why I thought it would be more relatable for us to talk about the ones that we are going to be getting, the majority of people are going to be getting. And like I said, I wanted to start off with Star Wars, and I think we're going to talk about the one that has seemed to be the most popular in the at-home box, and that is the Freddy Funko Stormtrooper. Now guys, I absolutely love this Freddy Funko Stormtrooper. I think it is the best Star Wars pop. I do like it better than the Luke Skywalker that we're going to be talking about here in just a second, but looking at some of the trends on Mercari, which is what we're going to be using for our research today, it looks like this pop is really kind of settled into around a $235 to $210 mark. There have been a few sales of right around $200, and then I did see one at $170, but that one did have some slight box damage. Again, these are all prices for people that are really eager to get their hands on these pops. I do see this pop maybe potentially going down a little more. I do think this one being only limited to 2,000 pieces. I don't see it going much lower than $200. Like I said, that one that went for $170, it did have some box damage, so if you're not a big worrier about your box being pristine, which I am, I do like my boxes to be as pristine and as mint as possible, but some people out there, they don't mind a tear or a dent or a scratch here and there. You might be able to find one under that $200 mark, and I do think even some mint boxes might come down to under $200, but I really think the lowest we will see this pop go in mint condition is probably right around $180 if I were to guess. Obviously, Obviously, this is my first time seeing pops like this, being new to Funko, being a Fundays first time participant. I'm not really sure what they're going to do, but I could see at 2,000 pieces and it being something as iconic as a Stormtrooper, I wouldn't be surprised, or I would be very surprised to see this one drop below $180. Like I said, so that's going to be what we set our low at for this little mini series that we're doing, and in a couple months we'll see if any ever hit that low, and then we'll see what they're going for. But right now, this one's really kind of settled into that $210 price range, $225, $235, and I do think there are a lot more that are going to hit the market. I don't know what that's going to do to the prices. It seems like this pop has slowed down a little bit in sales. Maybe some people are waiting it out to see if it drops some more. However, that's where I see this pop sitting at right now. Moving on to the Freddy Funko as Luke Skywalker. This is a pop that I really do like, and I do feel like it's getting a lot of hate. I think a lot of the Freddy Funkos we've got this year, a lot of people are hating on it being very simplistic. However, I'm a big fan of the simplicity of these pops because sometimes with these iconic characters, we don't need a whole lot going on, and I actually do really like that he's holding Grogu. Sure, I would have loved to get a Luke Skywalker with his lightsaber ignited. I think that would have been even better, but I do like that we're also getting that little miniature Grogu in there, just signifying that iconic scene from the Season 2 of Mandalorian. So this is a pop that actually really surprised me. I know it is limited to 4,000 pieces, which is a higher piece count in this Fundays box. However, it is Star Wars and it is Luke Skywalker, so I did see this one going for a little more than it's at. We've seen some sales for as low as $80, even $70 on this Luke Skywalker. However, it does seem like the majority of people are listing it for right around $100. I, however, think $100 is a very fair price point for this pop. It is Luke Skywalker, it is Star Wars, and usually Freddy Funko Star Wars pops do go up. There are some listings of higher amounts, like $170. I think those people are actually going to sit on this pop and wait for that price to come back up, which I really do think that pop will reach that $150, $170 mark, maybe within a year, very similar to the Freddy Funko as the Mandalorian. Now moving on to Marvel, we're going to talk about the most controversial pop that we've had in this Fundays box by far. This has been the most talked about one because it is Captain America as Freddy Funko, and they actually gave it a metallic paint job, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. However, this is that pop that was limited to only 250 pieces at the event, or so we thought, and then if I come to find out, we are getting it in our Fundays boxes at home, and it's limited to 2,000 pieces. Like I said, this one's a little harder to find out that price range because we do have that one with the 250 piece sticker, and then we have one with a 2,000 piece sticker. Again, I don't see a difference. I don't see a reason in paying a premium for a 250 piece sticker. I know a lot of people out there would probably rather have that rarer sticker. However, it does seem like this pop is limited to 2,000 pieces, potentially more if it's 2,250. We really don't know. It seems like the rarer of this pop is actually the 500 piece regular Captain America as Freddy Funko. We haven't seen that pop in any of the at-home boxes, and it doesn't look like we're going to. So this one actually looks like it's going to be the more common of the two. This one does seem to have very good value, as I've seen a lot of these going for around $250, and it seems like the regular listing price is right at around $300, with a few in there at $285, maybe $275 if you're lucky right now. Again, this is a very popular pop. It is the first Captain America Freddy Funko we've ever gotten. I know a lot of Captain America fans out there, a lot of Avengers, a lot of Marvel fans such as myself, really hoping to get that one in my box. That's probably the only pop I want out of my box. However, it is an expensive piece, and for those of you that want it, you do have to make that decision on if you want that 250 piece sticker or that 2,000 piece sticker. Next up, we're going to be moving on to Power Rangers, and now this one actually has a couple of pieces you can go after. There is a Freddy Funko as Green Ranger that glows in the dark, and there is one that is not glow in the dark. However, for today's episode, we're going to be talking about the glow in the dark one. Besides Marvel and besides Star Wars, I do think this is probably the most popular one that I've talked about. Besides maybe that really limited Diamond Merlin that is limited to 500 pieces, I do see this one very popular in a lot of groups, a lot of communities, a lot of Power Ranger fans out there. And this one, if you want the glow in the dark version, right now it seems like it's going to run you right around $200. Now, I have seen some sell for around $160, but it does seem like that one is a little bit more settling in at that $200 price range. Again, a lot more boxes to be received, a lot more to be added to the market, I'm sure. However, this is just what this one is running for right now. All these prices are very subject to change. I just wanted to get this video out to you guys so you guys could see kind of what they're going for, and you guys can kind of join me in my research of seeing, is it worth paying for these prices right when they drop, or is it worth waiting a little while? So moving on from Power Rangers, we're going to move to Scooby-Doo, and I've seen a lot of people very excited about this one, and that is Freddy Funko as Shaggy. He's got a really cool mold. He's holding a humongous sandwich, and they actually have a flocked version and a regular version of this one. Again, we're going to talk about the one that I think is a little more popular, and that is the flocked version, as he's got some flocked hair, and that one's actually running you only about $40, it seems like. Now, there are some listings a little bit more than that. I've even seen one sell for as low as $10. I don't know if that was a fake one, but looking at the Macari account that I saw it on, it did look legit. However, this one is running you right around $40. It seems like it's where it's settled in. This one might come down a little bit more to around $30, around $40, but I could see this one ultimately settling in at right around $70, $75. So before we move into the sodas, because I did want to showcase a few of the sodas that were released in this Fundays at Home box, I did want to talk about the last one, and that is Freddy Funko's Hopper. Now you guys know I'm a huge Stranger Things fan, so I was super excited that we were getting this version in our at home boxes, and again, this is another one of those controversial ones that actually had a 250 piece counterpart at the event exclusive one, but this one also does have a glow in the dark version that's limited to only 100 pieces, and so far we have not seen that one in any of that at home boxes. However, if you are looking for this one that was in the at home boxes, this one is running right around $70. It seems like that's what most of the sold listings are for if you want to take an average. Sure, if you guys go and look for yourself, you guys might find some anomalies of some that sold even lower. I think those are people that are really just trying to move these pops very quickly. However, the majority of these sales seem to be settling at right around $70. I do see this pop in the future once Stranger Things come back. This one could be a really big grail. I would not be surprised with this one being a little bit more limited piece at only 2,000 pieces. I could see this one settling in at maybe $150, $160 once the show comes back, and honestly with Stranger Things and the hype it brings, this one could grow even past that. So if this is one you are looking to get, I would definitely do it before the Stranger Things hype starts back up. You do have a little while. We have the writer's strike going on. It looks like the show is being delayed due to those things. However, this is one that you kind of do have to think about a lot more because we do have another season of the show coming. If you are familiar, Stranger Things is a huge show, so these pops right now are kind of probably in a lower state than you will see them in the future. Just to us being in between seasons, it's been a while since we've gotten any news on Season 5. It's been a while since Season 4 ended, so we really are in that kind of quiet, dead space with Stranger Things. Again, this is one I definitely think you guys should be looking at, and if it's one you want to pick up, it might be one you might not want to wait on, as a lot of the listings I saw were right around $100. I think you probably could get these people down to around $70 if you're lucky, if you work with them a little bit. Like I said, I think that's where most of these are selling for. However, this is one I don't know that you really want to wait on. So I know there's a lot of people excited for a lot of different sodas. The 4 that I wanted to showcase for today's video is actually the Ninja Turtles. You guys knew I couldn't go a video without talking about the Turtles. I got my new Turtles Mutant Mayhem shirt on, so I'm very excited for that movie coming out on August 2nd. However, these Freddy Funko as Ninja Turtles were absolutely such a shocker to me. I was so excited to see them, and I wanted to talk about their prices a little bit today. Now I have to say, the sodas in these boxes have kind of surprised me with how low they are going for. You can find a lot of these Turtles for right around $25, $35. I think that is a very fair price. Most of the Turtles are all limited to 5,000 pieces, so I think that's a very fair price. I do think these are incredible sodas. They are my favorite out of the bunch. Even being a Stranger Things fan, the Dustin looks cool, but it has nothing on these amazing Freddy Funko Ninja Turtles. Again, these are ones you could definitely see some bundles of going up. I've seen a lot of them maybe going for $60 for 2 of them, which that breaks it down to about $30 a piece. Like I said, $25, $35. Not surprised to see these settle in there. I don't know what these are going to do in the future. Being 5,000 pieces, that is a lot of pieces. I don't know if these are going to grow. I don't know if they're going to come down. I really don't see them coming down much lower than $25. Sure, you might get lucky and find one for around $20, maybe $15 if you're really, really lucky and someone really wants to get rid of it. But we're talking about normal soda prices at that point. So I do think people are going to really settle into this $25 range, $35 range for the people that want to sit on it a little longer. And again, this is one I think if you want it, I don't think you're really going to be saving yourself time or money waiting on this one. You might as well just go ahead and get it because I really don't see this one dropping below $25. Now that's all I wanted to talk about today. I know there was a lot of pops I didn't talk about. I know some of the people really love that Freddy Funko as Waldo, some like the Freddy Funko as Merlin. However, these are the ones that seem to be the hottest in the circles that I'm a part of, so I did want to showcase this. Like I said, I wanted to do a little bit of experimenting to see in the future what these are going to be going for, so I wanted to have this level of understanding of what they go for very closely after the release, which is what we're doing now. Some people really just started to get their boxes in this past week. I'm still waiting on mine. I should be seeing mine sometime next week, so you guys be on the lookout for that video. We're going to be opening up my Papa Waka Lumberjacks, so I'm super excited to see what I get. Hopefully we get that Captain America, because that seems to be one that is in our pool of pops that we could be getting. However, I wanted to showcase these ones today, let you guys know we can do some research together. We're going to see what these are going for maybe a few months from now, see if it's worth getting them right when they come out, or if it's really worth waiting like a lot of people recommend. I do want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about these pops. Let me know what you guys think, if it's worth waiting, if it's worth just going ahead and getting them. I know a lot of people like me sometimes aren't very patient, and it's very easy to just go ahead and jump on these prices. And if you do see one that you're comfortable with buying, I always tell people, don't let someone dictate how you spend your money. If you're comfortable spending money on something, a certain amount, you have a dollar amount in your head, when it gets to that dollar amount, go ahead and get it if you can financially afford it. I just think you should if it's something you're comfortable spending. Now, when you're thinking about it, if you're kind of on the fence about it, you see a pop for $200, $150, $70, whatever the price range might be, maybe worth waiting a little bit to see if it's actually something you really want. I do want people to understand, don't worry about FOMO. FOMO is a terrible thing to be a part of. However, if you do see a pop drop down to a price that you are comfortable with, don't be upset. Don't be afraid to go ahead and jump on it. Don't be afraid what everyone else is going to say. There's that group out there that says go ahead and get them, and then there's that group out there that says you need to keep waiting. Just do what makes you happy at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, it is your money, so you just need to do what makes you happy. Like I said, looking forward, we do have my Fundays box coming next week, and we actually have something that I haven't talked about yet, and that is actually we hit 300 subscribers on the channel, and I just want to give a big thank you to everyone that has stopped by, watched my videos, hit that like button, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. It's really been such a wild ride already. I'm super happy to be excited or be at 300, so I can't thank you guys enough. We're making that push for my end of the year goal of 500 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for getting me this far this fast. It's really been crazy, and I've been loving every second of it, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. Like I said, we have that 300 subscriber giveaway coming. I haven't got what we're giving away in the mail yet. We're still waiting on it to get here, so you guys be on the lookout for that. I will make sure to drop a video, and I will make sure that you guys see that in the title, that is the video you need to watch for that giveaway. Also looking forward to the future, we actually have a San Diego Comic-Con soda battle that I'm going to be doing with my wife. Hopefully we get our sodas in Monday is when we're supposed to be getting them, so you guys can expect to see that video Tuesday. If you guys want to see us open some of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive sodas, you definitely don't want to miss that, and I'll also be showing you guys a couple of the pops that I picked up from the event as well. Again, I just want to thank you guys so much again for 300 subscribers, but that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It does greatly help out the channel, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.